New at 6 tonight, how has African American history shaped Columbia? Now, experts tell us there's a side of history not taught in schools.
ABC 17's Hannah Falcon is live at the African American Heritage Trail, where she talked to history scholars about how American history can be taught in a way that includes all perspectives.
Hannah, this trail was built to follow the area of downtown Columbia Black people lost in the urban renewal of the 1960s.
Yes, Deb, Lucas, I'm here at the African American Heritage Trail, where each of these markers represents a significant contribution Black people made to Columbia.
This is the very first marker that our committee worked on, and it tells the history of the Sharpton business community.
James Witt, director of the Supplier Diversity Program in Columbia, worked on the committee to create the African American Heritage Trail to share the untold story of Columbia's Black community.
Blacks, white, whoever lived, grew up here, we want to make sure that their whole stories were told from the perspective of the people that grew up and lived.
With nationwide debate on how history should be taught in public schools, one expert told me white American history should also be criticized.
It should be about how do we get our young people to think scholarly and critically, not to be reactionary in terms of the way we think about these issues.
Parents in school districts like Jefferson City question buzzword curriculums like critical race theory, although that is not a part of K-12 education in Missouri.
In order to investigate and draw conclusions about the past, students need to think critically about information as well as evaluate multiple sources of evidence.
The African American Heritage Trail was put up in the hopes that it will provide a more complete telling of Columbia's history.
It's always important that when you're teaching history, that you have a complete and true understanding of what the history really is.
Now, this trail is ever growing. The latest marker was added in June to commemorate Clara Miles, who helped desegregate Columbia. From downtown Columbia, I'm Hannah Falcon, ABC 17 News.
Hannah, thank you. The trail is about 2 miles long with 23 markers.